Welcome to everyone here and to everyone who's going to be watching on the recording. My name is Jamie Jin Lewis. I am the founder of Wiggle Room, and we created this tool, AutoEnroll. A little bit about me. I am the daughter of an early childhood educator. My mother, Miss Donna, ran a program for 30 years, and she educated over 450, it might actually be higher than that, but 450 toddlers and preschoolers. So I grew up in this world cleaning teeny tiny tables and vacuuming sand and cutting out shapes from construction paper. I've worked in the care and education sector in New York City for the past 16 years. And it's kind of all culminated to this, to building this small business that I have called Wiggle Room. We are building tools. We started with this one, AutoEnroll, but the tools are kind of secondary. Our mission is to support and to elevate, to do really whatever we can to really be there for particularly family childcare educators who we see as the backbone of our city in New York, of our state of New York, and of our whole society. Because folks like my mom, folks like Millie, who's here on the call, are raising the next generation. They are teaching them everything they need to know to succeed in a career, but they're also teaching them everything they need to know to be an upstanding citizen, an upstanding member of our community. And so that's why we're here today. We are going to talk a little bit about our tool, AutoEnroll. But first, I'm going to actually just get into it with Millie right here. Here, I'll drop, or actually, Beelan, can you drop a link to the AutoEnroll link in the chat just if people want to click through that? But Millie, um, who are you? Why did you start your program? Tell me everything.
Well, thank you for having me today, and hats off to your mom, who sounds like she had a great influence on you. So thank you again for having me. So my name is Millie. I am the owner and founder of M&M 24-hour daycare. We're here located in the Great Bronx, by Yankee Stadium. So I created my program 15 years ago because I actually worked in the hospitality industry. And while I was searching for extended hour childcare, I was having a very rough time finding a program that accommodated the non-traditional hours. Um, Hence, M&M came about. So Madison and Mason, my program is named after my children, who I needed care for, and who inspired me to create and found M&M Daycare. So yeah, I guess
And
I
when was that?
created a supply 15 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Incredible.
little did I know that there was a demand for it. I really didn't. I was in this circle of just trying to, figure out myself and figure out life. And I was like, well, I need a program that can accommodate extended hours. If I'm going through it, other people must be going through it. And that's how it came about.
Incredible, incredible. We hear that story a lot.
Thank you. Right,
Um,
right.
and it's just a
That we have to
testament.
create our own. I apologize for
Nope.
interrupting.
I think we're going to
But
say
I
the
feel
same
that's a
thing.
lot. Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And so how has it been over the past 15 years? What have you learned? What's your experience been like?
Yeah, so it's actually been an adventure, I would say. I would use that word. Many ups, many downs. COVID was a huge impact on our industry. But what I've learned sacrifice is important if we want to stay relevant. Sacrifice in the sense that we open our homes, and sometimes it may feel a bit intrusive, but we know we're doing it for the bigger cause of our community, which is educating our children, which is ensuring they have a safe space away from their own homes. So that's why I would call it a sacrifice. I apologize. I'm just going to put my phone on do not disturb because apparently, like,
If
uh,
you, as someone who's sat in Millie's office, which is where I think you are right now, like this woman's phone is like
yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
From the minute I wake up.
Yeah, I mean, CEO life, right?
But it's a balance. We do have a balance going on here. After 5, 6 p.m., it's on Do Not Disturb.
Good for you. Good for
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you very much. I apologize. I think I lost my train of thought.
No, you just
Um,
shared something beautiful about learning, sacrificing. It can be
right.
hard, but you're grounded in your purpose of why you're doing it, which is creating the safe, loving educational space for the little ones. Um,
Yes, yes, yes.
Sorry, I know I didn't send you these questions in advance, but I'm curious about your decision to become 24 hours or to be 24 hours. That's a really
Sure.
bold endeavor. Many folks try it. How did you decide to do it, and how have you managed to make it work for you in your life?
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate the recognition of being extended hours. Again, I used to work in the hotel industry and I searched high and low for programs that offered even remotely an extra hour here or there. And I typically worked the evening shift with which was 3 p.m. to who knows when everything was okay for my shift. Um, and I couldn't find, it was very, I think I probably found one or two at the time, which was 15 years ago. So I created something that I thought people may need. I'm like, if I need it and I'm trying to get to work, then other parents may need it. Was it easy? No. There would be some times where I'm like, okay, well, I need to hire an evening person. So that means I really can't pay myself this week. But as we created friction, as we created more referrals from parents, we were able to hire a full staff. So, and sustaining it today, it's a lot of hiring people that know what they're doing, so we have time to really dig into what we have to do in order to stabilize our business. So going into the wiggle room was one of my decisions of alleviating so much of what I had to do there in order to focus on sustaining my business.
Wow, incredible transition. But yeah, I want to, before we move on to that, I want to just honor that educators like you who are building these 24-hour businesses, extended hour care is so critical. Honestly, I don't know anyone who, you know, only works, 10 to 1 p.m. or
Right,
anything like
right.
that anyway, which is
Yeah,
often what a typical care day is consists of. And so almost everyone needs some form of extended hours,
yes.
but particularly the service industry,
Mm-hmm.
medical
Mm-hmm.
workers, you know, New York City doesn't shut down
No,
at
no,
5 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. And
right.
so children
But I
need
also
care.
believe that it's important that a parent has space where even if they're not working and they just need an
Hmm.
evening for themselves, mental health is important to us. We're huge advocates of that, especially in our community. We want to ensure parents are going to work or taking time for themselves or just becoming a more productive person for themselves because if they're better for themselves, then obviously they'll be better for their children. And we'll just have a little happier world.
Incredible,
I know it's a
incredible.
bit cliche, but I really feel we work together, we'll be okay.
Yes, yes, it's the only way. It's the only
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
I love that about you, and I've probably have known you for 4 or 5 years
Yeah, it's been
now,
a
which
couple of
is
years now.
bananas. But yeah, I'm always just so impressed by how generous you are,
Thank you.
how, generous with your time, with your program, with the services that you offer. And it's not at the expense of quality, that
Thank
your
you.
folks are the, you know, top trained, they know their protocols, they know how to handle all of the situations, but they also are world-class educators. Like anyone's child would be so lucky to be in the care of anyone at your program. So
Thank you.
it's just an honor for me
Thank
to
you.
know
Thank
you
you.
and to observe you and programs like yours. So
Thank you, Jamie. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, of course. So yeah, let's dive into auto enroll. So I forget, how did you hear about it?
From my First Steps Enrichment Program. So I remember sitting across from her. She's like, "Oh, I have to send an enrollment to a parent." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll wait a couple of minutes." And it literally took her 5 seconds. And I'm like, "Oh, oh wow, what was that?" what was that cool trick you just did there? And she explained to me the ease of it all. And I was in awe because it literally always took me at least a couple of hours on my to-do list to send out a enrollment package to a parent or text it to them. They were always maybe following up because I may have forgotten. So it was a no-brainer to join the wiggle room.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah. And then I guess Tiffany connected us.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes, yes, she
so,
connected us and she just spoke so highly of you as well. And working with you, just you and I as well, you respond to my emails. You're the most patient probably person I know because I know I'm not the most responsive in the timely manner. But you're incredible. You and your team are incredible. Very responsive. Um, Knowledgeable. Like it really takes like a load off your brain knowing that when there's new regulations coming out, Jamie is most likely going to update, is going to update our enrollments, paperwork. Like it's just a huge peace of mind that really takes off of our already full plate.
I love that. That's what we aim to do. And I love that you think that I'm so patient. Like you are not responsive. It's like maybe a day or two, but like I call you, you answer your phone. I know you're
Right.
busy. You're always in the middle of 100 things. And
Right.
so, you know, nothing on my end's ever going to catch on fire. And if it is, I'd let you know. But,
Yeah.
you know, no, that's how we work, which is knowing that you all are so busy. So we have to figure out, it's our job to figure out how to get whatever we need from you as efficiently as possible so that, again, we hope to just fade into the background of your program. If we're doing our job well, you don't even, you don't even
Right.
think about it.
It's just the link. I love the link. And the
Yeah.
enrollment process is so easy. So I know you went over my the one I already had, my enrollment package that I had. And I know you stated you was like, your packet is one of the longest packets I have ever gone through.
Yeah.
So I know you read every detail, and that meant so much to me. The fact that you were sitting there doing your due diligence, and you respected what I had to say, even though it was in a lengthy form. You consolidated, but yet you still are able to inform my parents and with this one link that I made it so wordy. It was many pages long. I don't really think the parents were reading through it. So this process just ensures that they are now.
Do you mind explaining just for folks watching, like how it works, like from your perspective?
Sure. So a parent calls, they visit. After their visit, they're like, okay, I'm interested in enrolling. And within 5 seconds, I can send them the link and they have their enrollment link right on their phone.
And have you heard from them if,
Yes. Parents are confident that they're sending the information to a confidential platform. They love the fact that they get to see, that they get to acquire and hold on to that contract that they signed. It's easy reference for me. Oh, hey, remember, this is our policy on so and so, and they're able to reference on their email. I have parents that may leave for a couple of months and they may come back, and I still have their email on file, their information. So it's it's a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer for me, to be honest. And what I was most upset about is that it took me this long to actually enroll. I mean, I've been in it now for a couple of years, but I feel like I should have done it way sooner. It would have alleviated again so much stress from my plate. But knowing that it's literally going to take me 5 seconds to send the information to a parent, and again, that will just expedite the process of a parent coming in.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and just to from our end, we built it with literally providers like you and Tiffany Diaz, who runs My First Step. Like we didn't come in saying, "Oh, we know what's best for this industry. We can do it." We literally took I got, I mean, providers really generously gave me their enrollment packets. I literally laid them out on my living room floor and was like, oh my gosh, we asked the child's date of birth 18 different times. Their name 20 different times. The parents have to fill out their phone number. Like, I was like, this is such a headache. Can we consolidate all of this, both for the providers and for the families? So the families don't have to fill this all out and, and
Hmm.
lose
Hmm.
it and like put it in their car, put it in their bag, take it on the train, spill coffee on it,
Ooh, I've
lose
had a
one
couple of those
form,
copies.
and then they come back and you may not even realize it because you're doing 100 things. They give you, they're like, here's my packet. Then your inspector comes and says, you're missing the form.
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right,
probably not you, but many other providers have had this experience in the past because they're like, oh, like it's so many forms. It's so many forms. And so that's when we were like, oh, we're gonna see if there's a way that we can do it that's again not creating something you have to log into or maintain. Can we take that off your plate so
right.
you can just focus on the rest of your business?
And you convey that through the process of acquiring our information. Like I said, mine was a bit lengthy. You took what's most important to me and to convey to the parents. You did it in a very professional capacity, but in a way also that keeps it confidential. It allows us to store the information. It's really very convenient for me. I've had to reference certain um information. Like again, if a parent leaves for a couple of months and then they come back, I'm able just to reference and pull that information. So it's been really helpful.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Um, cool. So, everyone, welcome Gladys. Hey Gladys. And then it looks like Miss Crystal is here. Welcome everyone. We're just
Hi, everyone.
wrapping up our conversation with Millie here. Everything will be available. We'll upload it to YouTube after so you can watch and we'll email it out to everyone. Um, but yeah, anything else you want to share, Millie? I don't know. You kind of covered everything, I think.
Sure, no trouble. Again, I feel wiggle room is a no-brainer for me. It took so much off of my plate in regards to ensuring that I had updated information, ensuring that I had updated forms that were required from OCFS. So again, it really took off that stress of recently the sleeping and napping change. You had a seminar on that. You offered information. You offered your personal time when I sent you an email. Hey, is this reliable information? You were able to answer that. And so, in that resource alone, again, I feel it's critical that providers who I know are always so busy or even just that need a moment and we can't worry about certain things at certain times, knowing that you're there and you have our back in that capacity. Wiggle room, I think, is again a no-brainer to join. It's a cool room, come on in. No.
We wiggle.
Right, we wiggle.
Yeah, now I can't hear that word in the rest of the world whenever people say like wiggle or wiggle room. Like wiggle room.
Yeah,
No, I
but
really
I really
appreciate
think it's
that.
awesome. I think it's a great product. And thank you for having me. And to all the providers, I just want to say great work. You know, it's not easy. We're not always recognized for what we do. So give yourself a hug and treat yourself to a nice spa day.
Mhm.
But really, really recognize yourself. Recognize that even if somebody says I didn't appreciate you today, appreciate yourself because you are doing it. Whether you're servicing a whole big program or a small program, know that you make a difference. You know, these children really, really appreciate you.
Children, families alike.
Yes, yes.
And honestly, they say childcare, every dollar invested in childcare delivers $9 in return to like the economy and
Oh, wow.
society. Like, I know, isn't that bananas? Like, why don't we just pay for
Put all the
childcare?
money, right?
That's a whole separate webinar, but uh, you can talk to Gladys Jones about that.
Right.
But no, but like, uh, you know, I am not a provider nor a parent, but I benefit by living in a world where educators like you are providing care. And every time I see, a child who clearly the parent is figuring out and struggling how to navigate care, I try to volunteer myself to be like, hey, Where do you live? What do you need? You know, like, do you have a voucher? Do you know how to navigate that system? Because
Right.
everyone deserves quality
Yeah.
care,
Right.
and you all are such an invaluable industry. It doesn't even feel fair to call you an industry, you know, it's just,
Mm,
we keep saying the backbone of New York, you know,
right.
that's what
We'll
you do.
take it.
Um, all right, so I'm just gonna quickly show folks here. It'll take less than 5 minutes. If anyone
Sure.
has any questions though, um, please please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm gonna share my screen just to show a few images about how AutoEnroll works, and then we'll wrap up by 2. And we have a special offer for everyone here, a free trial. So stay tuned for in a few minutes. We'll drop that
Awesome.
information. So Millie, please feel free to chime in if I am saying things wrong, or I don't
No
know, because
trouble.
you might know it better than me at this point. Um, so basically it all starts right here, which is that with your custom branded landing page, which we make for you. So if you're interested in wiggle room, if you're interested in auto enroll, you fill out our quick 10-minute survey. If you have a longer contract or handbook, like Millie, we will work with you to figure out how to incorporate that into your custom system. But otherwise, it comes all set up with every document for OCFS and DOHMH if you're in the city that you need. That all lives right here behind this pretty cute, simple branded website. This is for a sample called Sesame Street Daycare. All of our systems come in English and Spanish as well. And I'm just making it small here so you can see it looks great on mobile, because we know, I think almost 100% of the families that use auto enroll fill out their forms on their phone, which makes sense. We're all on our phone these days. Um, so we make this for you. And then this is what, as Millie was saying, you just send this specific link. You either text it, or you can have them scan a QR code on a poster that we send you. And it takes them right here. And then they simply just fill out simple information. Like I said, they fill it out once. Um, you know, so this is a child named Baby Bear, all of the information they need. I'm going to just breeze through this because if you have questions, I can meet with you after. You know, parent information. We're just giving you a sample of what this looks like, but it's everything you need for all of those OCFS forms. And then emergency contacts, of course. This is for several of the forms. They can add 3. We require 3, but if you need flexibility for your program, um, you know, we can work with you on that, whatever your program needs. So this is Goldilocks, Little Red Riding Hood, and Gingerbread Man are the contacts. We don't have anyone else for pickup and drop off. Then yeah, we just go into all of the documents and forms and policies that your families need to know. So field trips and outdoor transportation, you know, if you offer extended hours, evening and night care, things like that. If the child is an infant, which Baby Bear is an infant, we get all of the information you need there. Medical emergencies, over-the-counter products like diaper cream. Um, this provider has a pool, so we need a pool release. All the little nitty-gritty things that you might need. If you have a pet, we'll include that. And then they just are certifying that they will read your handbook. So they hit submit, and again, that was the full process. I know I sped through it, they'd have to fill it out, but that's the full standard process for a family. And then I'm going to expand my screen a little bit. So this is a test environment, so you can see this little thing. And then you and the provider and the parent get a email. And in the email, this is the one I just did. This is in the body, you know, it welcomes them to your program. And then this is really the magic, I think, which is all of the forms that you need for OCFS. And again, if you're in the city, DOHMH are here and ready to go. So we start with a standard registration information. We also can include the OCFS hotlines that parents need to see if that's not in your handbook. And then, yeah, just all of these forms. And like, for example, we know that many physicians have this on file, but we still include it in case you or the parent just wants to print it out and they don't have to spend back and forth or even 5 minutes looking up all this information, you or the family. They can just zip this right to the physician, transportation. But yeah, and then you don't have to worry about reading messy handwriting. It's all here, it's clear, and it's ready to go. So I'll pause there. That's really how it works. Anything, am I missing anything, Millie?
Um, Pretty much no, it covers everything because you continuously update it as well as OCFS is updating their regulations. You're on top of that. So as of now, no, you're pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, and so if you do have a handbook, we can of course attach that, and that's what Millie was referencing. So the family can't say like, "Oh, I didn't know you had a late drop-off policy." You're like, "Okay, please refer to the handbook, let's
Right.
go over it again together." But you have that, we call it an artifact that you can refer back to with the family. And it just builds healthier communication, which again, this is what we're trying to inspire between providers and families. So um, I'll pause right there, but I think that's how it works. So if anyone has any questions, I will stick around to answer. But before we go, I want to make sure we drop our offer for a free 30-day trial in the chat. So if you're interested in booking a free 30-day trial, you can text us at this number or just click this link and book a call with me and we'll get you all set up. But look at us at 2 o'clock on the dot.
It's the first time I'm on time in a while.
That's not true. That's not
No, I'm
true.
joking.
Um,
But thank you, Jamie, again. I really do appreciate the wiggle room. Like it is very much a lifesaver. Just eliminating so much of that in between and just getting straight to the point. Thank you.
it is really the honor of my lifetime to build something that's at all useful to programs like yours and support all of
Mhm.
the incredible work you're doing. So, your praise, it goes a long way. I
Mhm.
take it very seriously and any feedback, positive or
Yes, yes.
negative. I'm looking forward to more. We are actually going to be expanding some of our offerings this winter, so stay tuned for that. You'll be the first person I call to test things. So,
Yes.
um,
I look forward to it.
yeah, but okay, well we can break right here unless anyone has any questions. But thank you, Millie, for your time. Thank you to Beelan from my team for
You're
monitoring
welcome.
the chat.
Thank you for
Awesome.
having us. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Take
Thanks,
care.
Millie. I'll talk to you
Bye,
very
everyone.
soon. Okay, bye. Have a good week, y'all.